I'm what?
A yellow-bellied duck. It stinks and they don't like it. Trigger an alien attack by pollution. Oh dear God! It's triggering every It's triggering every achievement ever.
Because now you're modded, so now you're getting all the modded version of the achievements.
Apparently. Oh no! Is that overwriting all of my achievements? So now
No.
all my achievements are going to have today's date? Oh, good.
No,
Okay.
this is modded, so that it's a separate calendar of achievements.
Okay.
Or I mean, it's not even like they're not recorded to Steam or anything.
Okay, so the beacons are supposed to all have speed mods, yeah?
Yeah, generally beacons do speed modules. Do you want a primer on Helmod?
Give me a minute. I'm working on building what is inevitably going to be touted as the worst beacon farm ever. Okay, we'll go like that. Oh shit, I closed that web page. Alright. Yes, I'm going to need a primer on Helmod because I closed the web page that had the Van Geiger counter.
And then who what now?
Yeah, exactly. Max. There's a max rate calculator, 4-function calculator button down here. Are those where I start?
No. So the 4-function is, a addition, subtraction, division calculator. It's just so you have a calculator in the game.
Oh, okay. Every game
and that
needs
came along with, it came along with max rate calculator. So, max rate calculator, you drag over stuff that's already built, and it will tell you the information, like what it's actually should be doing in game. But Helmod is up in your top left corner. It's a little button that says planner.
Mm-hmm.
So then you'll get a big window,
Mm-hmm.
and if you click the little wrench, it's like the 5th icon, add recipe. And then let's see, we're going to go over to combat, artillery shell.
Okay.
And in order to do the same approach we did with the other one, there is, let's see, the third line says computing by element or computing by factory. So we'll toggle that to by factory.
It won't stay there.
Yeah, I had to click it twice for some.
Oh, there we go. I had to click on the word instead of the switch.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be a bug. So now you've got your first line that shows the recipe, how much power it's doing, how much pollution it's doing, and then click on the little factory, the assembler 1, and I'll pop up another window. We're going to make that an assembler 3.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to click the 4 speed module 3s, because that machine we're going to put speed modules in. And then you can close that window. And then underneath in the little box, we were going to do 5, if I recall.
Were we also doing the beacons while we were in there?
Oh, yeah. So if you do the beacons, so you can click that twice, and your amount affecting 1. So this is, rather than the number of modules affecting, it's going to be the number of beacons affecting. So do you want to fully surround these machines with 12 beacons, or do you want to do them in rows and it would be 8 beacons?
Let's say 8 beacons just for simplicity.
So if we say 8, And then the beacon by factory and the constant beacon are for calculating power stuff, so you can ignore those if you want.
Okay.
So that says we're going to output 3 per second artillery shells. So that sounds pretty good. So then in yellow after it on that line,
Hang on. I did
you've got the...
something different than you then.
Oh, yeah, you have to put the 5 in there.
The 5 in where?
That box right under the assembly machine to say you want to do 5 factories.
Oh, okay. So I do like that. And it still says 0. What? Why does it still say 0?
Let me make your screen bigger so I can read it.
Assembling machine 3 with 4 speed modules. Four beacons with 2 speed modules.
Yeah. JMO, did you get that link of the highlight I sent you for your mod? I don't know if you want to use it. It ended up like 2 hours long. Base time, 1 second. Did you hit enter after putting 5?
Now it says I'm making 2.1 a second.
So did you put... Did the amount affecting 1 on your beacons, did you get that changed to 8?
You said this is by beacon. Oh, right. So it's going to be 8, not 4. Oops.
Yeah. Yeah, it's behind your cam, so didn't see that one. That should get us in the same place.
Now it still says it's making 2.1. Why is it not keeping the 8 when I say amount affecting 1 is 8?
Enter.
Okay, now it's keeping it.
Okay.
Now I'm making 3 a second. Okay.
Yeah, so either in the input, way up on the top right, or after the recipe line, you can click each of those to add it as a recipe. And then you can tweak each of those machines. Put in all the productivity modules, speed beacons.
Okay, so then I would add artillery shell, radar.
And then you can even
Plastic
do
circuits.
a set default on those.
Let's upgrade everything to assembler 3s for starters. Yeah, like right now it's saying it needs 75 assembler 3s making artillery shells. So I should surround those with beacons instead of doing 8. What was the other option? 16? Well, actually, I guess
12 if they're 100% surrounded.
All right, so let's go.
So, like if we look at the map, so up here at the green science, so like that green science assembler is surrounded by 12. And then like the furnaces, those are surrounded by 8. So those are the in a line configuration or surrounded configuration.
Oh yeah. Okay, so then the artillery shells. Wow, it's even if they're surrounded, it's gonna still take like 9 artillery shell machines. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna need like 1 machine for the radars. That's it. Okay, so if I make the artillery shells totally surrounded, they need 9. Okay. Make those. Okay, I think I've got the hang of this.
Yeah, and it gives you a little summary of what you're doing, Tom.
Yeah, like I'm only I'm only putting 4 beacons affecting the circuits and the wire, and I only need like 2 each of those machines, so they're obviously fine on the periphery. My circuits and my wire are not going to be the highest concern.
Right. Yeah, so basically, up in the very top right, while it keeps showing you different inputs, that's where basically you need to add more recipes of that type to get until you only have the inputs that you want to actually ship into the block. And then the other thing, like I clicked the explosives before the explosive cannon shell. So it's only going to calculate what it needs for the things above it. So both the cannon shells and the artillery both want 23.4 explosives per second.
Yeah,
So
I left mine up
if I
there, and I did the
yeah, so if,
artillery and cannon shells, and I noticed the number jumped from like 23 to 46.
yeah, so if I move it down underneath the cannon shell, now it will calculate the right amount and say that it needs 16 machines.
94 chemical plants to make my dynamite? I don't fucking think so.
Yeah, if they're not productivity and speed moduled yet, that could be accurate. And then after, like, so now that you know the output is going to be 3 per second, you can go back to computing by element and change your output to 3. And uh, preferences, factory number format, you can add some precision on it if you want to see how much underneath a round number it is. Although I believe this properly rounds up, so if you needed 2.1 machines, it would show 3.
Wow, I'm still gonna need like 16 chemical plants making dynamite.
That's a lot. To me, that seems a lot.
Yep.
Like I probably
Well,
don't.
not really.
I probably don't need it puking out 3 artillery shells per second, but at the same time, whatever. It's not gonna hurt to have the ability to quickly jack up
Reload a
the
train.
stock if a train shows up and pulls a bunch of stock.
Yeah. If you wanted to make a 100 wagon Kraken train, that's going to take 10,000 artillery shell. So if you divide that by 3 per second, that's going to take 3,333 seconds.
So 6 hours.
Or an hour to fill, 55 minutes to fill.
Oh yeah, you said 3,300 seconds. So yeah, that's an hour.
Yeah. So once an hour, you could take a 100 wagon artillery train and empty it.
It might take an hour to empty it. Like when you take 100 of them out there might not be enough shit to shoot at to empty them. So it might take you an hour to find enough places to unload before you're like, all right, close enough. Like 3 of them still have some rounds. Let's go back to base.
Yeah, so if you wanted to change the output to 1 per second and it took 3 hours to load the train, then you'd be fine.
Alright, so the assemblers that are fully surrounded are going to be making cannon shells. This is going to be a fucking interesting project.
Yeah, and your stuff that is not immediate, you can add the speed modules to the assembler.
Yeah, wherever possible, I've been doing the production, and then if production isn't possible, I've just stuck speed modules in it.
Okay. And then the other thing that you can do when that's all configured, there's a little push pin on the top row of Helmod. If you click that and then close the main window, it gives you a little production block thing. And then if you hover the assembler to put it in, you get a little pipette tool, and that plops down a blueprint of the assembler that you want with the modules in it, with the recipe already loaded in it.
Nice. What do I need? 9 for artillery shells.
Was it 256 artillery wagons? Yeah, I know some people had done huge artillery trains.
That just sounds crazy.
Overkill.
Yeah.
And then if you're belting in, I don't know if I have one set up that way.
Okay, so there's my 9.
Yeah, I don't think I have one set up for belting in. Oh, yeah, I do. The science. So the science is a 12 beacon setup, but there's one space between each of them, so that you have enough room to do 2 things around each side. So that's a slightly different way to do the 12 beacon, but your power poles don't cover things quite as
Hmm.
evenly as the compressed 12 beacon. Fuels by a 20 rounds per second artillery ammo facility. It buffered like 2x the amount you'd need to fill it in storage chests. So that's like 4 chests per train. Or per wagon.
Well, I'm going to go to bed. I have to start at 6 tomorrow.
You have to work.
Boo.
Yeah, you are working digital.
Am I
6 is
though?
too.
I really wish I had a job like yours.
I heard you do it. Well, actually, no, I guess I didn't hear you do it.
Yeah.
I saw the
don't know.
screen go blank and assumed you were working. You
Yeah,
came back with a story.
I muted it.
I didn't even get to hear him do it.
Birds do it. Bees do it. There's no proof that I even do it. Okay. So then I've got my 9 artillery set up. Doing their thing.
8 chests.
What?
Mamara is trying to remember how big the Kraken that he worked with was.
Hmm. So the little production block thing, I can just click the checkbox for the artillery and it'll disappear that line for me.
I think it just helps you remember that you're done with it.
Oh, okay, just put the check mark
I don't
over
think
it.
it disappears. Just so you can go, yeah, I've built all these bits.
What did I end up with for you? 8. Did I set up... Who did I set up with? I think it was the dynamites that I set up with 12. No, not yet. Let's set you up with 12. And that gets us down to 11 chemical plants for dynamite. Okay, so we'll do like that. A crinkly thing.
Yeah, what is that?
A bounty bar.
Okay, if you're going to be eating on stream, stop crinkling things into your mic and stop talking with your mouth full. These are not new requests.
Okay. I was going to log off in 2 secs anyway. So, bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Aroha.
Alright. think I'm going to just start with green inserters for all of these rather than fucking around with blue inserters, because the blue ones probably can't keep up. Okay, so that's the dynamite chemical plant. I need 11 of them all together. Actually, I should just copy this layout for now. Did I set up this? Oh, the dynamite ones are going to require water. Fuck, that's going to be a different experience. Alright, you know what, pick that up. Yeah, if the artillery shells don't require it, then the artillery shells...
48 slots in a storage chest. Wagon can hold 100 rounds.
There we go.
I believe.
Each wagon can hold 100 rounds.
I don't even know where your artillery train is.
I can confirm that from the number of times I've looked at it. It's 100.
I know my 015 map that I played a long time ago, which was my only map that I really did in artillery train, it was 100. So if it was 150, it was only for a brief moment in time.
There is where the aforementioned artillery train is, most of which have, 98 or 100 in them because they've been shooting at things.
Yeah, 98, 100. Yeah, none of them are over 100.
No, because 100 is the cap.
Yeah, next you're going to need to automate artillery trains.
Okay, that's got to go that way so that the water can get in.
Possibly. I only ever remember it having... I think I have removed all of the old... I've nearly removed all the old silver.
How do I copy the requests from the factory to the chest? And does that work with chemical plants?
I think so. So shift right click, shift left click.
There we go. Shift right click, shift left click. Okay, we'll do
Yeah, if you're holding double a 256 train, it's 50,000 shells you gotta have around. Okay. Does that
actually
disconnect anything?
I could get away
Got
with
a
doing
train
these
lines
this
to
way
it.
also.
Yeah. I was rounding. Both
3, 4,
both
5,
of those
6.
numbers are sufficiently huge. And if you're going off a round number of chest sizes, it might be. Because you have 192 per wagon available. If you did 4 chests. Yeah, I didn't make him do Death World. I just made him do low resources.
Low
I could
resources
only
rail
push
world.
digital so hard.
Yeah, low resources rail world sucks enough. Though once you get Spidertron, it sucks a lot less.
Was that one of JD's community maps? Or was that VGG's map?
Shit, did artillery shells have to be? That brings that down to 5. Alright, well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't need. I don't need that many.
Yeah, Hap had a big one too.
That. Alright, there we go.
Yeah, all I know is VGG kind of disappeared.
No kaboom boom yet. I gotta get a whole lot of other shit figured out first. Alright, so there's my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 dynamite plans. Wait, why are you saying 15 now? What the fuck? Why did that number change? No, I want 3. Compute by element.
Only channel you achieved the. You gave him 25,000 bits? GG? Yeah, I know I was his very first donation.
Let's go that.
He's like, what's that noise? I was like, that's $5.
What's that noise? That's
Pretty much.
such a genuine reaction. Alright, let's do this. Alright, let's...
I've got too many pipes. There's substations. Yeah,
Wires.
that's more than I've ever spent on.
Alright.
Nowhere near that.
You guys are all optimized. Plastics. Dynamite.
Oh, yeah.
Dynamite's gonna have to be buried. Alright, so what have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 dynamite factories.
Is this spitting out a proper red belt yet?
Which is no longer enough. I need 12.
Like it?
We need 9 doing artillery shells. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 doing artillery shells. And what does that need? 4 doing the actual artillery. Alright, so I've got the 9 done. I need 1 more cell of those.
As long as all these red machines are staying green.
Okay, these are going to require 12.
You're okay having an input shortage. You're okay output early. Those guys are okay. €3,000. Yeah, I probably sent maybe $20 his way over the time.
Alright, so that's you done. Did I calculate everything else out? I know I did the artillery at 12. I did the artillery at 12. And I did the rocket shells at 12. And I did the dynamites at 12. The sulfur was only calculated at 4. Alright, well, let's calculate it at 8. And if I make it a 12, I still need 2. Okay, so then I might as well make it 8s.
Yes. To make it easy for the streamer to calculate, a bit is a penny for the streamer.
Okay, so we do 2 like that.
Which is less of a cut than a sub.
That's the sulfur done. Oh my god. You need some modules factory.
I don't need to go. I don't need to go drop a bunch of stuff off at base.
There we go. Let's put it down to 12.
Where are you guys going?
Let's go down to 7.
Building concrete. Nice. Yeah, I have seen that. It's been a while since I bought any bits because I haven't had a job in like 2 years. It's not a good job. Not a job of consequence.
Okay, this is going to need water and light oil. Those need water and gas.
Supply the character by logistics.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, not my PLDs. What are you doing?
What did I factor the plastic at? Okay, it's got the modules, and what did it end up being? 4 buildings. Yeah, okay, I can live with that.
Of course they do. Because they can get more money that way. My chat's over here just doing math.
Complicated complicated math going on over there. Okay, what were these guys figured out at? Green circuits were figured out with bugger all, and wires were figured out with bugger all. Okay, so I only need like 2 and 2 of those on the outside.
Do you have a chance to really buffer that one? Oh, they got used to make the other chest I requested.
Green arms, nothing more than green arms.
Alright. I need my PLDs back. Damn it.
Shit's about to get real.
Well, if I'm gonna have a stack of PLDs in my inventory, I want all 16 so I can swap out if I need to.
Did that radar even factor in? Yeah, like 4. So, whatever, I can snuggle up over here.
Spidertron being wiggly. Get off the belts. I'm gonna give you a belt immunity.
Doing the pee-pee dance.
So let's plan out.
Oh, they have to exist first, I guess. Alright. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, so I need 14 more chemical plants. What do I need? Like another 100 friggin' beacons?
Yeah, you stand in the same place, but the screen wobbling around was making me a little nauseous.
I don't think you have any of the things I need. We do have robo parts though, which I will need.
output. 5 volt. Change my preferences. Say 4. Yeah, I don't know how to do logic priority. All right. Default logistics. Hello, West Dude. How you doing today?
There we go. Alright. Oh, neat. You guys are flying stuff over. What are you flying over? Oh!
What the hell's that?
They found random garbage I stuffed in boxes, and I'm like, this will be useful. I'm stealing it. Okay, that was totally worth the price of admission.
You got connected to your wall logistics or something?
I just hooked up my base here, where I had some dump chests that was like, just whatever, throw this stuff away. I just hooked that up to the logistics network where I'm building the beacon farm, and
I
they're like,
appreciate that, Wes.
yeah, they're like, bing, 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 stuff is useful. Take off to go get it.
I don't know. Digital, you got stuff to do today?
Not too much going on today, thankfully. Finally a break.
Probably another 6 hours or so. I suspect, unless I jump into Crastorio after and make it like 12 hours.
There we go. Now we're getting closer to the truth.
There. Default factory last. Factory. That one. Good night, Wes.
Sayonara, Wes. Alright, now where does this train connection lead? So I could make one that comes down here to your logistics science and just ties in. How much would it annoy you if I just brought a chop job piece of rail in over by your logistics science one here?
What do you mean?
Well, rather than taking a tour of the front every time I go forward and backward, I was thinking of hijacking that rail line to go up and connect to the middle.
Yeah, that's why I made a break off there.
Okay, perfect. Then I'm gonna head up that way and hijack that spur.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing. Anytime that I'm making a stop somewhere, I kind of look to see where the rail could continue on past it and make a thing.
Bounce. Bring me some things. chemical plants. Oh man, have I burned through the speed module?
I don't know why that thought all those periods there.